it's a dream sequence because it's psychologically impacting on him.
Right. Well, I'd be lying if I say stuff like that hasn't been discussed. But the problem is once people say dream sequence, they lose me a bit, and I'd fear the tomatoes that would be thrown at me and my family if we tried to say something like a dream sequence or something like that.
Well, I mean, you could bring him back. You could bring John back from the dead.
I've seen. I don't know if you've seen, but I've seen RoboCop 2. So I do know there are ways to bring people back if you can protect their brain. And if you see how delicately the coroner was handling John's brain in 4, I just leave that door open.
Oh no, you're not going to go all sci-fi on it, are you? Please, God, don't.
Like Robo Jigsaw, he doesn't need to build his traps because he is one huge trap.
Don't say it. Don't say Robo Jigsaw. Please don't. Here's a good question.
The new franchise.
Oh no, don't say it. Don't say it. You've managed to get rid of all the fans now. But here's a good question. In Saw 2, in the bit with the eye bit and the you see someone limping. Is it the Dr. G?
I can never say anything definite upon that, but we will certainly find out sooner than later.
No.
But would you say, Matt, that was one of the best intros of the film?
No.
Well, because each film has this intro that's...
I thought the bit with the bit was good.
Oh, for Saw 6.
Yeah, Saw 6, yeah.
But would you say, Patrick, that the pattern of most of the films...
Actually, no, the best opening is Saw 5, with the pendulum. Yeah.
Each of the films starts with a sort of trap scene that's not really related to the central story, but
right.
is that a pattern that is worked well and continues into 7?
Well, I mean, we don't want the films ever to feel too familiar or formulaic. I mean, I think we sort of tried to do things a little bit different in 6, and I think we're going to continue that in 7, and especially with 7. So perhaps something that does seem benign turns out not to be in the end.
It could be me.
Matt's point himself.
Yeah, could be me.
Could be you.
Could be me.
The son of Jigsaw. The illegitimate son of Jigsaw.
He likes himself to be, yes.
Oh, dear me. Saw 7 is the end. No! Doing the Saw 8.
Never know.
Oh, dear.
You never know, revived in 10 years.
Revived in 10 years. Wow. Yeah. But, yes, I mean, going into Saw 5, I mean, we've interviewed quite a lot of people from Saw 5, haven't we? We've got Malik soon. We've had...
Joris Jarsky.
Yeah, Joris Jarsky with his pendulum. We had Mark Rolston on Saturday, was it?
Yeah, last Saturday.
Yeah, Mark Rolston seemed to... Is there a sort of part with Ericsson in 7?
Well, he's pretty dead.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I know he's dead, but I mean, is there any flashbacks or anything?
I don't think so.
No.
I mean, there certainly will be stuff just to, for clarification and all that business. But I don't think anything necessarily new.
I mean, I like Ericsson, Perez completely dead for certain.
They're pretty dead.
Yeah.
And if there's any question about them being dead, Hoffman did bathe them in gasoline and light them on fire.
Yep, that's very true.
Although they could, I guess, return in his dreams, a la... never know.
And a Robo Jigsaw.
Could happen, right?
Yeah.
I wanted to ask about some of the actors in the films, like Mark Rolston, for example, and
Peter Outerbridge.
Peter Outerbridge, I'll be interviewing soon. Donnie Wahlberg as well. In terms of shaping characters and putting them into the plot, obviously, I suppose you don't know about them straight away in advance because you write the characters and then get the actors into the films. Do they alter the way the characters are portrayed? Like if a certain actor, say the background that they've had, goes into the film, does it change the way the plot's shaped around them, or do they just add?
Oh yeah, certainly. I mean, I think all good actors do that. And sometimes with these films, because they're so sort of established, people are a little bit hesitant to do that right when they come on the films. Like Costas Mandylor, I think probably didn't feel all that comfortable with improvising a bit until a little bit in 5 and certainly more in 6, where he brought a lot more charm to the role and went off the script a bit. And but Tobin, every time we write Tobin's scenes knowing that we're going to be in some hotel room in Toronto, going through line by line and tweaking it and making it better. And so with Peter Outerbridge took quite a few liberties on 6, working with Tobin and working with us and sort of getting things to just flow a little bit better. And I think it totally showed. But that has a lot to do with the dedication of the actor, and when it works well. Because I just I like the character of William quite a bit, and I think it was because of the extra time Peter put in, dedication he put in to make the character sound and feel real. So we always welcome that.
So would that mean, say, if one of the actors has brought a lot to the film, has impressed well, shown the dedication, whether you were going to include them in the plot anyway, if the character had more to go, would say if they've been killed off, you decide to put them back into future films as flashbacks?
Oh, yeah, sure, yeah.
I mean, are we going to get William back in Saw 7?
His upper half or his lower half?
I thought that was really. You seem to kill off the best characters. I mean, Strom, for example. You didn't have to kill Strom, really, did you?
Well, I've seen the movie Freaks, if you recall that movie, and there was the torso man who just crawled around with his torso. So why can't William do that?
But yeah, in terms of
up into the platform,
it might be tricky to shoot, but in 3D, can you just imagine the possibility? Because we don't know what happened with the upper half of his body.
Just stays there.
Saw that.
In terms of William, actually, me and Dave were almost crying, weren't we? Actually, when the carousel trap was going. Do you remember that, Dave?
Well, you were crying. I was going more. No, sadist.
Yeah, but the fact was that for once, and I'm not